The results don't lie. But Bears fans, the results just simply don't lie. 281 rushing yards, a defense that punched the Eagles right in the mouth in a statement win on Black Friday. The Chicago Bears are 9-3 on the season, and it's time to talk about this team like the playoff contenders that they are. But we're going to talk about all that plus more and dive into the mailbag right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And so its schedule's a little off. Usually I do the Friday mailbag episodes, but since there was a game on Friday, it pushed everything back. So I'll be doing the mailbag today. The Cognac Boys will be doing the mailbag tomorrow on Sunday, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program. But like I like to do after every game, we're going to talk about the winners and losers, even though I think loser is not quite the right word here for the segment for today. But before we get into that, Bears fans, this team is 9-3. With 5 games left on the season, the Chicago Bears have already secured their first winning season since 2018 under first-time head coach Ben Johnson. And I think it's time to start focusing on this team as a playoff contending team, as a playoff team. The standard has changed now. This is no longer a team that we just are judging by the standards of solely a rebuilding team. This team now needs to be judged by the standards of what is a playoff team. Now, regardless of what success the Bears have in the playoffs this year, that does not change that. How they operate in this offseason needs to all be about taking the next step. Whatever that next step is going to be determined by how far they can go in the playoffs, and we'll see how that ends up shaking out. We got 5 games left on the season. 3 of those games are against interdivision rivals. 4 of those games are against winning teams. So this is still a tough schedule to end the season for the Chicago Bears. But I tell you what, how this Bears team has been winning, how they've been fighting, how they've been competing, they feel like they've already ready for playoff football. Playoff football gets close. You have to double down on your running game, those type of things. And shout out to Ben Johnson. Shout out to Dennis Allen. Shout out to the whole entire coaching staff. Shout out to Ryan Poles as well for allowing Ben Johnson to build the coaching staff that he needed to, which is a lot more expensive than our last coaching staff. And also, I'll say this, and I don't give this guy a lot of credit. Shout out for George McCaskey for finally getting out of the way and letting football people handle the football decisions and build and run your football organization. And so far, through this one season that we've had, this season has been a great success for the Bears. Now, there's 5 games left, so we can't rest on our laurels. We got 2 games against those fucking cheeseheads left coming up. So we got a lot of things that we need to tighten up on and get together and be prepared for that. But overall, what this season has become for this Bears team, they have answered every test. The national media, anybody who wants to continue doubting around this team, fine, let them doubt. Let them be on the wrong side of history. This Bears team is going to continue to play tough. They're going to continue to try to fight and compete in every game, and that is the identity of this coaching staff that we have in here. No doubt, we have players that still need to work on things, that still need to develop on things. That's always going to be the case. It's a continuing process of development when you are a head coach in the NFL, because you're always going to have some player on your roster that you need to develop. But guess what? This team has taken such big strides year over year. Just the difference a coach makes and a game plan and just better philosophies overall have taken this Bears team to a new place. And like I said, now it's time to start judging this team by what playoff football is going to have to look like and what it's going to take to be successful in playoff football. And I think that's the next step, and that's where this team needs to go to. And that's also how we're going to judge our winners and losers in today's episode. So, of course, I usually start with the winners, but I'm going to start off with this one. And like I said, loser is too harsh of a word for this one. Caleb Williams did not have a good game yesterday. And in a game where I talked about coming into the game, Caleb Williams had to make a statement in this game. It was time. It was an opportunity for him to make a huge statement in this game. He didn't. Now, there were circumstances in that. The weather, the wind, all those type of things. But guess what? Jalen Hurts had to deal with that too. And look at the performance of Hurts versus Caleb. These are the type of performances that we're going to have to see better from Caleb Williams on, right? And that just is what it is. Caleb didn't look great. 17 of 36, 154 yards, 1 touchdown with 1 interception. He was sacked twice, right? The off-target throws were at an all-time high, and he missed multiple passes that could have been, maybe a couple of those could have been touchdowns, right? And this is going to have to be something, again, because I'm looking at this through the minds of postseason football now. Caleb is going to have to tighten up on. He's going to have to deal with that. It's going to be ugly. Playoff football is in the dead of the winter. It means it's going to be ugly. The wind is going to be crazy. The chill is going to be crazy. And Caleb is going to have to adapt to that. And I'm sure that's something Ben Johnson and his coaching staff is going to work with him on. But in a game where, Caleb could have made a statement, he really didn't. And I don't want to say we won in spite of Caleb. Like I said, that may be too harsh to say that. But we won even with Caleb having a rough game. And I think that says a lot about this team. But we need Caleb to be better, especially when you look at these matchups that are coming up for the Chicago Bears against the teams that we're facing off against. There's no doubt that the Chicago Bears are going to have to be a lot better. We got 2 games against the Green Bay Packers. They're 8-3. We got a game against the Detroit Lions. They're 7-5. We got a game against the San Francisco 49ers. They're 8-4. The only game against a losing team that we have is against the Cleveland Browns, and their defense can still be tough at times, absolutely. So we're going to need better from Caleb as this goes on. And this might have been a performance that, because of the wind and stuff, I may have overlooked early in the season. But this season, where we are now, because now it's all about the guys of what it takes to win playoff games. Caleb Williams has to be better. He has to be stronger. He has to perform better. And those missed opportunities are going to get louder and louder the more important that the games get. And so that's why I hope that Caleb Williams is able to get it together. Again, loser is too strong of a word in this one, but it definitely was not the game that from Caleb Williams that on this type of stage against this type of opponent that you want to see your starting quarterback have. But like I said, there were circumstances to that. It wasn't all on Caleb. There were some missed routes and things that weren't on Caleb as well. But we got to get that together. And I do think with the run game that we had, it allowed for a little bit of leniency there. But again, I would be remiss if I did not mention it. But with that said, it's all positive from here on out. The first thing, the running backs. Monangai and D'Andre Swift, what they were able to do, 281 yards on the ground as a team, 285 yards, I should say, between those two guys as a team, 1 touchdown between the two. This is what you want to see. The balance between Monangai and D'Andre Swift has definitely got to this place now, and you love to see it. Love to see the way that these players have played, and that the fact that now it does really seem like the Bears have a dual-headed threat at the running back position, and that's what? That's playoff football. And so seeing these guys play and perform the way they did, carve up the Eagles' defensive line the way that they did, it was one of the things that I had coming into this game that was an important factor. Can the Bears' running attack take advantage of the Eagles' defensive line? And they did that in yesterday. The defensive line didn't look like it was on shit yesterday, and big part of that was D'Andre Swift and Monangai and the way that they performed. You got to give them credit for that. Those guys are just so good. It was like watching poetry in motion between those two guys and the way that they played. And so really big performance from them. And so hand in hand that goes in with that is we got to talk about the offensive line for the Chicago Bears. The Bears' offensive line completely was dominant throughout that game against the Philadelphia Eagles. We rushed for a team-high 281 yards against the defending NFL champions, the Super Bowl champions. And so this offensive line not only set the tone early for D'Andre Swift and Monangai to absolutely feasted the way they did, they continued to do it throughout the game. And listen, Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, Ozzie Trapillo, Darnell Wright, they did their job. And the way that this offensive line has improved over the course of the season, you got to give them credit for that. And it was a hell of a game played by our offensive line, absolutely. Now, with that said, we got a lot of defense to talk about. Nahshon Wright is becoming a name that a lot of Bears fans are loving. And I tell you what, yes, he got burnt on a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown in the third quarter. He did do that. But Nahshon Wright also made probably the biggest play of the game with the strip fumble on Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter. And that was a huge one when the Eagles tried to do that tush push. Nahshon Wright finished with 5 tackles. He continues to make his impact on the Bears day in and day out and could be in line for another contract at the end of the season. I think the question, and we'll have this more towards the end of the season, the Bears are going to have to decide which corners they're going to keep, which corners they're going to let go. Of course, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson got contracts. Tyreek Stevenson, Terrell Smith, they're up there, right? You got Zay Frazier, the young guy who's in the wings who got hurt, of course. And then you got C.J. Garner-Johnson. You got Nahshon Wright, both players that have made impacts this season that the Bears are going to have to make long-term decisions on in the offseason, and it's warranted. Next up, Kevin Byard. Another game, another interception for Kevin Byard, who is right now probably playing as one of the best safeties in the game of football right now. He finished the game with 6 tackles, 1 pass deflection, and a pick in the third quarter that was great. This guy is a Pro Bowler. He deserves to be a Pro Bowler. And the season that he's had for this Chicago Bears team is just one for the ages. Kevin Byard has had a hell of a season for the Chicago Bears team, and you got to continue giving him credit for the way that he has performed over the course of the season. Shout out to Kevin Byard. Somebody said, and I'm not saying it because I don't remember, like, to disrespect you or anything. I don't remember the exact guy that said it, but he was like, I thought that Kevin Byard was old and was going to be washed when he came to the Bears, and he's proved me wrong. And I always love players that prove people wrong by their play on the football field, and Kevin Byard has done that. He continues to do that. Shout out to Kevin Byard for the year that he's had. Next up, the coaches. Got to give credit for Ben Johnson, man. Ben Johnson is just such a factor for this Bears team in changing the things that came down to it. He outcoached the Eagles coach yesterday. He's won 70% of the games that he's coached as a head coach in this. And Ben Johnson has come in here, and he's shown an ability to understand the ebbs and flows of a game. This was a game that we needed our run game. With the weather and everything else, we needed to be sound on the ground. And the way that Ben Johnson called the game yesterday, it was amazing to see from Ben Johnson. So Ben Johnson gets a lot of credit. He is definitely one of the winners from this game because the coach, everything has changed with Ben Johnson coming here to the Chicago Bears. And it's been legitimate, it's been real, and it's been consistent. And therefore, Ben Johnson gets a lot of the love and praise in this one as well. Next up, the defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen. Listen, Nahshon Wright, Kevin Byard, standouts, but you have to give it up for the entire defense today. They had a really solid outing. I know that the Eagles had a lot of yards, but when you look at how we held them to 87 rushing yards, we forced 2 turnovers and 9 points in garbage time. This is what we did. And the Bears defense continues to be great. Having guys like Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon back out there, it looked like it was really good. And, those guys didn't even play all the snaps. So that gives you so much of what this team can be like over the final part of the season. This was a great performance by the Bears defense, and Dennis Allen continues to show why I called him just as creative of a defensive mind as Ben Johnson is offensively. And I'm so happy to have him here as the Bears defensive coordinator because Dennis Allen is setting the standard, he's setting the expectation, and the Bears are living up to that. So that is the winners and losers from yesterday's game. It is Saturday, so that means it is Mailbag Day. Let's go ahead and get into these voicemails for today. We got 4. This one's from Milton.
Yo, Chicago Bears Central. Them Cognac boys, what it do is Milton the Dark Knight calling back once again. Man, I'm thankful to the Most High for waking me up. I'm thankful for a good show like y'all on CBC and them Cognac boys. But most of all, I'm thankful that the Chicago Bears did it again, this time against the Super Bowl defending champion Eagles. Went in there and beat that ass. I'm so glad this team won. Like I said, Caleb, he didn't play his best game. It wasn't his worst. But, yeah, I just think he needs to take an accuracy throwing class or something, or him and the quarterback coach or something. That's the only thing. And then Ben Johnson, he's trying to make Caleb keep throwing. And this game, I'm glad that he didn't get any more picks the way he was throwing that ball. I'm glad they decided, man, this damn throwing ain't working, so we could just have to keep running the hell out of it and wear them out. And they will kill over. Like, whoo, man, we can't stop these Bears worth shit. But we got the dub. We 9-3. We got to take on them bastard Packers up at Lambeau next weekend. So here's to another victory for the Bears, another dub in the win column for us. So Chicago up, Bear down. I hope all was well with y'all on this beautiful Black Friday weekend. Hope y'all had a good time with your family. Hope y'all, stay up. Love your show as always. And to the Chicago Bears fans worldwide here in the United States and all abroad, you know what it is. Chicago up, Bear down. Rep, we won. Next on to the Packers up in Lambeau. We got this, baby. Let's do it. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.
Get hyped. The Bears are winning, and that's what matters. The Bears are winning football games. They've answered the questions that have popped up each and every week for this team. They have found answers to those questions. So what the Bears have done here with these winning streaks, what the Bears have done here with securing their first winning record in 8 years, it's been great to see from this team. Love to see the way that this team has performed today. Or just overall in the season, man. So, yeah, it's a reason to get hyped. The Bear teams need to focus. There's still big tests coming. We ain't accomplished shit yet. It's good where we are right now. But the work is not done. And we got a lot that we have. Let's celebrate this. It's great to celebrate your team performing well. But I need everybody to pump the brakes and realize the work is not done yet. And we got to go out here. We got to continue to show who the fuck we are and remind these motherfuckers Chicago Bears football is back. All right, let's get into this next one, man. This one's from Corey Moe.
What's up with the CBC? This your boy, Corey Moe. Look, we handle business against the Eagles. Happy to see it, glad to see it. We stood on business, and we even left touchdowns on the field. But man, do it feel good to get that win, that quality win, where we can shut these people up about our damn Bears, man. Look at here. Our Bears handle business, but it's time to put the cheese steaks down, man, and time to pick up these cheese head and gnaw they motherfucking asses to pieces. These motherfuckers talking shit. They talking shit. They talking shit on every platform. They talking shit on every chat site. They talking shit, man. Look at here. It's time to whoop they ass, man. They don't believe us, man. So let's make them believers. They act like they the fucking Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers. They act like they the fucking Brett Favre Green Bay Packers. Y'all are not them Green Bay Packers, man. Y'all are beatable, so beatable, man. And it's time to whoop they ass, man. Let's bear all the way down on them, man. Let's bring that run game. Let's bring that pass defense, man. Let's bring it. They ain't got nothing coming, man. We stand 10 toes down in the trenches when it comes down to it, man. We are whooping asses this year. We took that big loss to the Lions, man. We ain't took another one like that. Let's get to business. Let's go to work. Let's whoop some Green Bay asses, man. They deserve it. It's coming for them. They talking shit. They talking shit big time about our quarterback. They talking shit about our coach and the offensive play calling, man. Let's go and run this ball down their fucking throat. Let's make Parsons disappear from the game, because once the run game get going, he don't show up. If you drop back 50 times, he might come out with 2 sacks. Man, they overpaid. They overcompensated. Let's get some motherfuckers fired in Green Bay, because it's a make or break year. And if we whoop their ass, man, I want the broom. I told y'all already, I want the broom out on them. Let's pull the broom out. Let's whoop their ass. Let's get some people fired. They have not renewed their contract, the GM or the head coach. Let's shove their ass out the door. They gave up picks and everything to get Parsons. Shoved out them to $200 million. Let's get their ass up out of there. Let's whoop some ass. Chicago up, Little Rock up. Let's bear down, baby. Let's go.
Let the Packers fans talk shit for now. Let them talk shit. It is what it is. They got 9 days. Let them talk all the shit that they want to. We are about to go to war with these cheeseheads over the next week. It's going to be a battle on social media. It's going to be, let them talk. And what it comes down to on the football field, that's where we need the victories the most at, right? So let them talk. Let them do whatever they want to. Let them be confident. Let them talk about our quarterback. Let them talk about our head coach. Let them talk about whatever it is. Matt LaFleur may be on his way out. And if I tell you what, 2 losses to the Bears could be what get him the fuck up out of there, right? So let the cheeseheads talk. When it's all out on the football field, when it's in between those lines, we're going to see who brings it. We're going to see who executes. We're going to see who performs. We're going to see who stands up to the test, because starting to feel like Packers fans think that this ain't going to be a test for them. And it's up to the Bears to prove that. But once they do, punch them in their fucking mouths like we did the Eagles and shut these cheeseheads the fuck up. That's what I got to say about that one. It's about to be some big-time shit talking if we get these wins over the Green Bay Packers. But like I said, nothing's for granted. We ain't accomplished shit yet. Let's go out there and prove it on the football field. All right, let's get into this next one, man. This one's from Keys.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Keys, man. Hope all is well. That being said, let's get to it. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what a difference a year makes. Last year around this time, we was around this bitch moping, sad, mad than a motherfucker, because we lost on Thanksgiving. And we fired fucking Eberflus. This year around this time, we 9-3, dog. 9-3. Just the team that I expected. Everybody, man, y'all ain't gonna win before again. Man, hey, look, don't ever count no team out, bro. Don't count this team out. Ben Johnson being our head coach, leading these boys. Hey, we playing with house money now, man. That's how I'm looking at it, bro. We playing with house money, and we ain't got nothing to lose. Keep playing like that. They didn't expect us to win today. That same 7 points that they was giving Philadelphia, we won by 9. So what that tell you? We were a resilient bunch. We ran the ball. We got a great run game, man. Out of Swift and Monangai, they just turned it up. They were on the money. I think they both each got a touchdown today. And then, I think everybody's on the heels of Caleb, right? And granted, noted, I agree, certain things and certain throws, he should hit them on a little bit better. He got a plethora of receivers, but the thing that I love most about Caleb being our quarterback is he ain't going to stop. He ain't going to stop, and he's going to keep doing what he got to do to lead us down the field, no matter if it's handing the ball off 20 straight times or, trying to find the perfect plays. That's only a play that Caleb and I think Patrick Mahomes could only make with that last touchdown when we threw it to Cole Kmet. It was an open guy, but he said, hey, I'm finna go for the jugular. And that's exactly what we did, bro. So when it's teams like this, and, they saying our strength of schedule and all of that, bro, we just got to go get it, bro. We got to go get it. We still got 5 games left. We ain't did nothing yet. Well, now we got Green Bay. We take them out. We're going to keep going, man. And we got Cleveland. We just got to keep going, and we got to keep progressing. Don't be satisfied. Get greedy. Get greedy, man. Like, go take it, bro. If y'all going to do it, go get it, man. That's how I'm looking at it. In the defense, hey, we playing with house money on defense. We only gave up 15 points. Hey, Coach of the Year, Ben Johnson, man. So let's just keep doing what we're doing, and we will be having a playoff. I'm going to call it right now. We will be calling. C-Dub, you're going to be calling the playoff game, man. But respect to you guys. Love the work y'all do, man. As always, Chi-Town up, bear down. Fuck that nigga Gilly, man. Let's go.
Ben Johnson and the way that he's led this Bears team is different. The way that the Bears team is different under Ben Johnson is because of the standard that Ben Johnson sets. We're finding ways to win. It's different ways to win each and every game as well. Credit to Ben Johnson. Credit to Dennis Allen. And like you said, get greedy. But go out there and fight it and realize that everything has to be earned on the football field. All the talk, all those other stuff. Let the national media have their conversations. Let the Detroit Lions fans or the Green Bay Packers fans, let everybody have their national media conversation. That's perfectly fine. Let them have it. But when it comes down to being on that football field, the Chicago Bears got a lot that they need to prove, and they're going to prove it one way or another. And that's the way that I want to see it happen and get down. Like you said, get greedy, get hungry, stay hungry, and then let's go out here and make shit happen. That's what I got to say with that one. All right, let's get into the last one, man. This one's from Derek.
What's going on, guys? Derek from Dallas. Had to call back. I think it cut off on me the first time. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to call and give some quick thoughts on what the structure of our offense should be, because I think now we found an identity that we can really work with. And I think, well, first and foremost, you already know, I think sticking with that run game and play action pass is going to be the best for not only the team, but for Caleb to develop as well. But other than that run game, we need to be scheming for Colston Loveland and Luther Burton. Colston Loveland he's that tight end that everybody looks to draft. That guy that can block, and he's a mismatch, no matter where you put him on the field. So that's why the offense has to some extent, run through Colston Loveland, because you can line him up anywhere on the field. You can line him up out wide. He has the same instincts at wide receiver that he does at tight end. You can put him in the backfield. You can do anything you need to do with Colston Loveland. He's not limited. So, and when he gets the ball, every time the ball is thrown in his area, just about, he comes up with the ball. He's got the best hands on the team, in my opinion. So you give him the ball, let him do what he does, and just take that check down, Caleb. Every day ain't got to be a touchdown, brother. Just hit Colston Loveland, and then let him get you 10, 15 more yards. All you got to do. Luther Burden. Not going to go as far as to say that Luther Burden is better than Roma Dunze, because Haize doesn't like takes like that, and he'll call you a white supremacist. So you got to make sure we stay, along the lines of, how he wants the conversation to be constructed. So I think Luther Burden is, like a lot of other people think, a lot of fans think, has the highest potential. He can run routes. He can run after the catch. He can do anything. He's another one of those guys that you can line up anywhere on the field. So I feel like if we just run the offense through the run game, Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, every time those guys touch the ball this year, they make a play. Okay, so those are our identified true playmakers that can make a play in any situation, anytime on the field. So running the offense through them is going to open up those downfield routes for Adunze and DJ, and everybody's going to eat. But we got to run it through the main playmakers, and I think our rookies are doing just that. So hats off to Ryan Poles, man, for bringing two guys with that big of an impact on our offense. Let me know what y'all think. Take us up there now.
Listen, I agree with you. As far as the running game has to be the backbone of this team, and this team, and it has shown, we now have, one of the best rushing attack. We have the second best rushing attack in the game of football, and that's with the growth of Kyle Monangai on this team, Ben Johnson trusting those guys. Now, as far as Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, I think it's a lot to put on them in this first year, especially now that we're on a playoff run, to be that for the offense. But I do think long-term, I 100% agree with you, right? Now, that doesn't mean that they can't be big parts of what we have going on. Colston Loveland is going to be a major part. When we target and get Colston Loveland more involved in the game, it opens up. Luther Burden, I don't know if I'm ready to say he's better than Rome yet, but I'm not ready to say that Rome is head and shoulders above him yet either, but it doesn't matter. Like, why do we have to make this thing about who's better or not on our team? Guess what? We got both of them. That's what's good. Luther Burden and Colston Loveland are two of the best route runners on this entire team. Luther Burden may end up, when it's all said and done, be the best possession receiver on this team when it's all said and done. And how that stuff fits and balances together, that's what I love about Dennis Allen, because he's finding a way to make all this work together as a team. And that's what can make this team special this year. And let's hope that the Bears continue to perform well, and we'll see. Like, these guys could be huge X factors. It was 2 months ago almost, a month and a half, whatever it was, when I was like, Ben Johnson, trust your rookies. Trust your rookies. And since we've seen the rookies gain more trust, whether it's Ozzie Trapillo, whether it's Kyle Monangai, whether it's Luther Burden, whether it's Colston Loveland, whoever it is, these rookies that have gotten more trust, we've seen they have performed, and the offense looks better when you trust your rookies. You drafted him for a reason. Trust him. And Ben Johnson is doing that, and the playbook has opened up so much since we started doing that. Now let's continue. But that's my time for today, guys. Man, I want to thank you guys, as always, for turning in. Enjoy this run. It's not perfect, but the team is finding ways to win, and they're finding ways in every game so far, and that's what contenders do. That's what playoff teams do. We're entering a stretch that is going to define the season for the Chicago Bears. Is going to quiet narratives or make those narratives louder, depending on what you are. But we're going to be locked in every step of the way. Make sure you guys are locked in with us. Make sure you're following us at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.